What's up, guys? Good morning. Oh man, don't get all excited and move.
I'm so excited when you film.
I was gonna show him cuddling. And there's Belle, his girlfriend. Oh my god. I actually caught him giving her kisses.
Aw, you give her kisses.
Yeah, give her kisses. Not there.
Give her kisses. Oh, not me.
Oh.
You just got in the way, kid.
Get Mick.
Get up.
Like, he's like, get out of my way, though.
Get up.
That's my mama.
You
Hey.
get so excited.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Belle's like, I don't care about you, bro.
Alright, I'll let you guys out. Alright, we are headed to the skate park.
The skate park.
We'll swerve there, we'll swerve. And today, hang on, actually, I gotta merge on the highway.
This person's got a boat. I want to. Oh my god. I can't even.
Yeah, you feel that power in a 6-cylinder engine, boys.
You don't know shit about your car.
I think it is actually a 6-cylinder. I don't know what that means or if that means speed or anything, but yeah. So today I'm going to try, if there's not a ton of kids at the skate park, because a lot of kids have asked me this, or asked me, I guess, individual tricks, how to skate rails. And that's pretty much what I'm going to tell you. It's like the basics of skating a rail, and if you want to get good at skating a rail, what you need to do. Welcome to the city of Mount Holly Skate Park. They close at 10. It's wet. And there's the little like spiky things.
A skater's nightmare.
Stupid little things. I guarantee I will hit one of these today. Yeah, I don't need to kick it that way. What am I doing? There's sticks and everything. The runway is cleared. All right.
This goes up Friday.
Yeah,
First try Friday.
This goes up Friday, so I'm doing a first try Friday. What should it be?
Well, you're doing something with rails, so I
It
say
could be sticky though.
do a salad.
Yeah.
Do a
I'll mess
salad.
up on the salad. I gotta like see if it's sticky. Oh, I got this. I got this. That was so scary. Why'd you tell me to do a salad?
Because I don't know what. I don't know. That's the one I like. The sound of it or the name of it.
This rail is really rusty. I didn't even grab my wax. I'm an idiot. How do I come to skate a rail and I didn't grab wax? There's your first tip. Grab wax. Look.
You little crud!
Take it out of the
It got stuck underneath this board. Yeah!
Oh, sketchy.
Woo! Mm. Mm.
I made like a beat right there. All right, so let's teach you guys how to skate the rail.
Stupid damn balls. I would act like they're an explosive bomb. You know the ones that you see in Finding Nemo underwater? You touch them, they explode. Oh God!
This is for beginners, so like if you're a beginner to a rail, I guess not even for beginners, like anybody, I guess you probably get some tips from this. Because I feel like I'm not like good at rails, but I'm decent. Like I'm good enough to get some tips. I'm not like down rails really, I can skate them, but I'm pretty good at like a flat rail or a circle rail like this. You probably want to start out with a rail kind of like this, about this height, or maybe even a little bit shorter if you can. There's a rail over here, the little square one, which is a little bit shorter. That rail is like stupid though. Anyway, the reason you want to do a shorter rail is because you're going to start out with board slides. Backboard slide and front board slide. That's the two basic tricks you should probably learn first rather than going straight to a 50-50, unless you're just more comfortable with that. But it feels so good to do a board slide and to slide on the rail. So yeah, the reason you do this is because to get onto this, it's really like, you see how my wheels are pretty much like, all I have to do is lift my wheels up and it's onto there. And then all you have to do is get the balance out. So if you can like ollie, you can probably get onto a rail of this height, because all you have to do is give it a little pop and it's gonna get onto there. So let's show you a board slide. I really never do that trick. I can do board slides, but like, I don't know, I never start out with that. Felt weird.
It looks a lot of fun.
It is, that's what I'm saying. You gotta learn a board slide because board slides are super fun. Now I'm not going in depth in like every trick, but for a board slide and even a front board, which I'll show you that one first actually. right, there's the front board, and the first one is the back board. So the key with those, and before you go trying to jump on a rail, board slide, 50 or anything, get your balance on a skateboard. Like, be able to ride around and control it a little bit, do some ollies before you try sliding on this. So here's a tip with board slides. Whether you're doing front board or back board, keep your shoulders parallel with the rail. So notice how like I'm riding along with it like this. Parallel is like, it's going this way, the rail's going that way. So my shoulder's this way, and the rail's that way. See how it's lined up? So in how I was showing you earlier, how you can kind of just turn your board onto it, it's just imagine it kind of like turning your waist like that. And that's how you're gonna be sliding. Now it's gonna feel weird at first. You don't wanna like super just be like that. You wanna keep it a little bit turned, but I don't know, just imagine that bit of the slide. Now I'm gonna do it one more time and watch. I'll try to turn my shoulders a little bit more, because once you get the hang of it, you're not gonna like really do that. It's just a good idea to get that in your head. See, made me slip out because I was focusing on it. But see what I mean? Like, you kind of just turn your waist, and it makes it a lot easier. It's just whoop, and it kind of gives you an easier way to turn it back too, because you're already turned, ready to go that way.
It's like you're a dancer, and you're like you're dancing with the pole. God, that looks so much fun.
I feel like for the backboard, that tip doesn't apply as much as far as the shoulder thing, because you're kind of more centered in it, but yeah, it also depends which way you're coming out, regular or fakie. So really, this is your key right here. Don't be afraid of this. If you want to get good at a rail, don't be afraid to wax it, get it slippery, because if you're not gonna slip out, then, or if you get used to not slipping out and sliding on something, you'll get good at it. And really, like, the reason I get good at this rail is I sit here and just like skated it over and over and over and over. So if you want to get good at a rail, seriously, like, set 1 or 2 weeks aside and say, for the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna skate this rail, and that's gonna be my main focus. You can skate other stuff too, but like, work for like an hour every couple days or whatever, every day if you can, and just skate a rail. You will get better at it, I guarantee it. And the next thing is 50-50s. You probably don't want to start out on a circle rail. Now, a lot of people are like, how do you 50-50 circle rails? Because they see me do it a lot, but like, I don't know, I guess just, I felt like when I was like 12 years old, I made myself get over the fear of it, and that's what you got to do. It's not easy to balance on a rail when you're trying to balance on a flat metal piece like that on a circle spot. Like that, you see what I mean? It's gonna like roll off, and that's what happens. It does. I do it from time to time. I'll get on a rail, expecting to land in the middle, and I roll off, and it's scary because I've done it on that rail, landing on your back. That sucks. I really don't know what to tell you to prevent that, other than you've got to go for the 50-50 and not be scared of it, because that's how you're gonna be able to figure out how to do it. You have to teach yourself the muscle memory to just be able to get up on this rail and not have it roll over. So I'll do a 50-50 for you. So yeah, that's 50-50. Both trucks grinding on the rail, just like that. If you want to start out and really plain,
Come here.
I would suggest a rail like this, except obviously not kinked like that to learn your 50-50s. More of like something like this. Maybe this short if you can find something. Look how like little that is. It's like barely above my ankle. But this rail is like deadly. You can get hurt on this thing. You can still roll over on a square rail. It's just that it's easier to lock in because your trucks are landing on a flat surface. So 50-50s, if you want to do it on a rail, easier on a square one. Or, this is where most people learn it, a ledge. I don't like, I mean, I can 50-50 ledges, but I don't know why. And most people aren't like this. I'm more comfortable and I feel better 50-50ing a rail than I do a ledge. Here goes 50-50 on the ledge. You gotta avoid the wedge. Yeah, the rail is just like so much better, so much more pleasing. But I want to give you the real tips. So we're going to the circle rail, the hard stuff, but kind of easy once you get used to it. Don't do this, but this is just one way I imagine it, like when I'm sliding sometimes, is that like, so I can balance out, my board is kind of like this. See how my truck is on this wheel, and then this one is on this wheel? See what I'm talking about? Like this, it's like diagonal on the rail. You get what I mean? So yeah, it kind of like helps me like balance out a little bit more. It doesn't do that all the time. I can still be right in the middle and balance it out. But yeah, like even just one truck where your wheel is kind of up against the rail can kind of help you get that lock in. Now once you can get both trucks on the rail and actually start sliding, another friggin' plane. Hold on a second. Hey, look, there you go. That proves it. So if you balance your board out like that, it will give you a little bit more balance. I didn't mean to do that. I just like left it sitting there. I was like, hey, my board's just balancing. To balance out, it's pretty much from this point just about putting weight on the right spot of your board. And this is gonna be different for almost every 50-50 unless you do it exactly the same every time. Because sometimes you may be more on this side, sometimes you may be on that side, or sometimes the front may be on that side. So you pretty much just wanna figure out where the rail is, and that's where you're going for. Your board may go left or right, but you just gotta put the weight on your heel or your toe, on both feet, so you can level it out and get that balance. I can't even stand up on it. It's not easy to do it unless you're like actually moving. But yeah, hopefully that kind of made sense or made something click in your head, I guess. I'll do a couple more 50-50s and board slides. See how I was turned that time? It was like my front truck was a little bit like crooked, which kind of like helps me lock in. And I feel like something I just noticed is I put more weight on my back foot. Not much more, but just a little bit to kind of give me that like, it's like my back truck guides the front truck in to slide. One thing I forgot to mention is coming out of the rail. For 50-50s, if you guys notice, like sometimes I'll pop out of the end. That took me forever to learn. That's pretty hard out of a round rail to actually get pop out of it. I'm out of breath, this is hard.
It's a workout. Pretty
much, you don't want to just do like this much of the rail, because if you do this much of the rail, that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like you can't just go, you're not gonna have any room to actually get set up to actually pop out. So don't be afraid, don't be scared, grind some of the rail, 50-50.
Grind that bad boy.
If you notice, you definitely don't have to do this, but if you can do this, if you can get to this point really quick, that'll be good. Start out doing the whole rail. That's a super helpful thing, because if you can get over the fear of doing the rail, you'll be so much better at the rail. So like I pop almost before it sometimes and like land right there at the beginning. It gives you more room also to set up to be able to come out. But yeah, you pretty much just want to lift your front truck up a little bit and roll right out of it. You don't have to pop. You really don't have to lift it up. You can really just kind of like roll out of it if you have enough speed and momentum. Now for the board slides to turn out, like I was saying earlier with the shoulders, it's pretty much the same kind of deal. Like if you've got your shoulders right, your waist and your like legs and feet are all easy to follow. So it's like you're a twist up. Start twisting, the rest of you's gonna twist. So that's how you have to imagine it. All right, here goes the Smith grind. Now that one is a little bit more advanced. It's not hard, it's pretty hard. It's hard to like learn it, but once you learn it, it's like you get it, you don't forget it. Smith grind and a feeble grind. Let me do that one too. Same thing as the Smith grind, it's just from the other side. Like you come back side of the rail or front side, which is the Smith, and the back side's the feeble. You just have to really get the concept of putting weight in the right spot of your board, like drilled into your head. And you also have to figure out how to get into it. So for a feeble, it's a little bit easier, I feel like, to learn, because it's kind of just, you almost do a board slide. You pop up into it and turn into it, but you're kind of just getting your back truck to get that wheel right over the rail. So you kind of stay more straight and just go like that. Now another thing that can happen, depending on the rail size and if you can even get into feebles, if you can already get into them, this may help you a lot. Come straight on at the rail. If you can actually pop and clear the end of it, because you can come straight on at it and really lock into it just to get your feel for your feebles. And then once you're like good at them, you can start coming from the side. So yeah, feeble grind and Smith grind. Smith grind's a little bit different to pop into that. It's a little bit scarier because you kind of have to like bring your truck up and over and then set it in. So it's kind of more like a lip slide. So I'd say you get your lip slides first, which is like popping your truck over like that, like I did a minute ago. Yeah, the key to Smith and feeble is really getting your weight right here on your board, or depending on where your like heel is sitting. So like when I'm grinding, that back wheel is right there where I'm keeping all the weight. It's right above my board right there. So I'm just imagine me sitting like that. That's how my weight's sitting on my board. You kind of also have to give it like a little bit of a lean back just to get your weight on this leg. But yeah, you're pretty much like that. Like you can almost, and actually Doug can do this. He slides a Smith and a feeble with like 1 foot. Yeah, Smith and feeble, get your 50s and board slides down first, and then you'll be ready for those. Maybe even a crook before that, because I feel like I crooked before I did a Smith or a feeble. And I'm out of breath talking. I get more out of breath talking and then skating like here and there than I do just like continuously skating. That makes no sense. Maybe I need to exercise my talking more. No, I don't.
No, don't exercise that mouth either.
Should I teach him this rail?
You can.
Down rails? Not the flat and down, but a down rail. Down rails are scary. It's a different story when you're going down a rail, because you're not sliding flat across it. You have some momentum and you're going down, and you're probably, like I said earlier, wax it. Be careful waxing down rails. That's different. You want to if you're really good at the rails and you know how to wax a rail and skate it like that. But otherwise, you can probably shoot out because it's down and it's gonna shoot you fast.
And that will not be good. Wear a helmet.
I'll 50-50 it. Yeah, that rail is like really quick. You get onto it and you get off it really fast. I think that was one of the hardest things when I started doing down rails. Like when I was like 12 years old, 13. Nah, I was a little bit older than that. I was probably like 15. Did I say 12 earlier?
Yeah.
I started skating when I was 12. Like my first board, that was a Tony Hawk board. I got it for my 12th birthday. That was my very first one. But I think I may have like rolled around a little bit before that. Anyway, so I've been skating for like, how many years now? I'm about to be 24 in a couple months. So I've been skating for 12 years coming up in July. That's how you get good at rails. Skate for 12 years. There you go, there's another tip. So just get that under your belt and you'll be a little bit better.
Practice makes perfect.
Seriously, if I put in 12 years time, that's how I got good. If you really want to know the secret, there's no shortcut to it. Dedication. I hate that little rail. It's so small. Board slide. That's the trick you want to start out with if you want to do a down rail. But get your flat rails and your flat bars done first. Get those under control. All right, so I think that was a pretty good basic explanation of how to skate a rail. Hopefully you guys like that. Let me know if you did in the comments. And I guess I'm just gonna skate around now.
Sketch. Woo.
I never front shove at stairs. I'll actually try to land that.
That's scary. I'm gonna step aside for a bit.
Woo! That was like perfect.
It was.
How's that landed?
Is that hashtag landing goals?
I don't do the hashtag goals thing. Not into that. Oh my god.
I looked like something came out of your board.
Round rails are scary. I just went for a crook and completely missed it, but I was going down no matter what. That's the hard part about it. It's like, you'll do something and no matter what, you're going with it. So commit. It's a good tip. But I committed and I just missed it, so that can still mess you up. Blunt slide. Sticky. This is when you wax a rail. Blunt slide. That's a sticky trick. You don't want to get in a sticky situation. Yeah, be careful with that down rail wax though. So quick. I was like on it and off it. I didn't really get much turnout. See, that's another hard part of the down rail, is being able to turn out, because you're just on it and off it so quick. See, but even though I kind of didn't turn out on purpose, I just kind of just happened.
No! Stop it!
No!
Stop it! Stop it!
No!
Please get it. God,
Oh
dang it.
no!
Listen to my board now. It's got that just dead sound. Here's a tip. If your board goes in water, which you don't want to do, you don't want to get your board wet, none of it, you can shake it out by literally slamming it on the ground. They're in my ears. And then do the wheels too. Kind of gets them knocked out of the bearings. God, it sucks.
There's a splatter that just went on the ground. Sometimes you skate really hard that you crack your trucks.
Yeah, check this out, guys. Crack and crack. And also
here.
God, that one's bad now. I think it got worse this time. It's cracked all the way through. There's just like a bar in the middle that's like still keeping it together. But look, you can see it's crooked. That one's bad.
God, you have shaved that
I didn't
down.
realize how bad that was. All right, guys, time for some new trucks. I would say these are bad, but I mean they didn't last me that long. But I don't care. I love how Tensor skate. These are Tensor trucks. They want songs, but I literally skated them till they broke. God, I hate that with your board. That's the worst. Skater probs when your board gets wet. Well, that was fun until my skateboard went in the water.
Damn puddle.
That's why I hate the skate park. Friggin' lay concrete out flat, dang it. I think I need new bearings now, and I now notice I need new trucks. So new board setup video coming soon, probably. Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you excited?
Something different.
We are not trying something different. We are not expanding our palette at all. We're going to Acropolis Cafe. Well, there's a new salon beside. I was like, what is that? Greek food. Oh yeah, it's open. Great.